Good morning, dear students. Welcome you all in today's history class. Today, I will introduce a new chapter to you, Delhi Sultanate. It's the story of an Islamic empire based in Delhi. It stretched over large part of Indian subcontinent for 320 years. Five dynasties ruled over Delhi Sultanate. Before I start this chapter, I want to share learning outcomes with you. At the end of today's class, you will be able to write three factors responsible for the slave dynasty. Means you will be able to write that why and how the rule by slave dynasty began in India. You will be able to list the important buildings built by Qutbuddin Aibak, the first slave ruler. You will also be able to describe the administrative reforms made by Iltutmish. Means one of the slave rulers made some reforms for better administration. Now, at the end of today's class, you will be able to describe those administrative reforms introduced by Iltutmish in your own words. Dear students, now I am going to start a very interesting story of Delhi Sultanate. So sit attentively. First of all, let's go to flashback to find out the root cause responsible for the coming up of series of dynasties in India during the late 12th century. Dear students, we studied that during the late 12th century, India was divided into many small and large states. Political instability and lack of unity among Indian rulers attracted Turks to invade many parts of India. Gauri was one of those Turks. He conquered Punjab, Sindh, and few other states. Do you remember who challenged Gauri? He was a Rajput ruler. He belonged to Chauhan dynasty. Yes, he was Prithviraj Chauhan. Many Rajput rulers also helped him. Means they also helped Prithviraj Chauhan. Then we studied in first battle of Tarain, Prithviraj Chauhan was winner. Gauri somehow managed to escape. He made greater preparations and he took the help of King Jayachand. Jayachand was father-in-law of Prithviraj Chauhan. He took the help of King Jayachand and Gauri defeated Prithviraj Chauhan in 1192 CE and he captured Ajmer and Delhi. Gauri returned to Ghor, his own country. He returned to Ghor with a large booty. Means he took with him whatever he could plunder from India. But before leaving India, he appointed Qutbuddin Aibak as his deputy in India. And Qutbuddin Aibak, as we have studied in previous chapter, he was the most trusted slave and general of Gauri. On 15th March 1206, Gauri was killed by a Khokhar soldier. After the death of Gauri, the command of Indian territories come under Qutbuddin Aibak, as Gauri had no child. This way, Qutbuddin Aibak became independent and he founded slave dynasty in India. So dear students, I hope now you are very much clear about that why and how the rule by slave dynasty began in India. Now you can easily write the three important factors responsible for the foundation of slave dynasty. First is political instability in India. Second, lack of proper administration. And finally, death of Gauri. Dear students, now we will start discussing the first dynasty of Delhi Sultanate in detail. It was the slave dynasty, which is also known as Mamluk dynasty. You must be thinking, why this dynasty was called so? Means why this dynasty was called slave dynasty? This dynasty was called slave dynasty because most of the rulers of this dynasty were slaves, or they were children of slaves. Is it clear? Okay. Now we will discuss about first ruler of slave dynasty, Qutbuddin Aibak. Being a general, he knew the importance of military strength for a dynasty. So first of all, he established a strong kingdom based on military power. To strengthen his position, he defeated Yaldoz, the ruler of Ghazni, and freed Punjab from him. He was great patron of literature, art and architecture. He built Qutub Minar. You have also seen it. Its beautiful view, especially night vision of Qutub Minar in virtual trip. Do you remember? It looks very beautiful. He built Qutub Minar. Then he built Quwwatul Islam. It was a mosque in Delhi. And another mosque in Ajmer. It was Dhai Din Ka Jhopda. The reason behind name is as this task was completed in only 2.5 days. That's why it was named as Dhai Din Ka Jhopda. So the important buildings built by Qutbuddin Aibak were Qutub Minar, Quwwatul Islam Mosque, and another mosque in Ajmer was Dhai Din Ka Jhopda. So dear students, now you can easily make a list of buildings built by Qutbuddin Aibak. Please speak after me. Those buildings were Qutub Minar, Quwwatul Islam Mosque and Dhai Din Ka Jhopda. Good. Qutbuddin had literary gems like Hazrat Azmi and Mubarak Shah in his court, and Qutbuddin died in 1210 CE. After the death of Qutbuddin, his son Aram Shah became next ruler. But the nobles, the supporter of kings, the nobles in Sultan's court did not like him. So the nobles invited Iltutmish. Now who was this Iltutmish? Iltutmish was son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak. At that time he was Subedar of Badon. Badon was a name of place. So he was Subedar of Badon. So nobles wanted that Iltutmish should come and he should defeat Aram Shah and should capture the authority. So Iltutmish came and he defeated Aram Shah and became the Sultan. Now we will talk about Iltutmish. So after becoming the Sultan of Delhi, he made Delhi his capital. You must be thinking that Iltutmish must have got a smooth way, as he was having the support of nobles. So he was just doing the work very easily. But it was not so. He had to face many problems. But he faced them with bravery. He defeated his rivals like Yaldoz of Ghazni and Kubecha of Shah and Multan. He proved himself to be an able and shrewd military administrator, a competent person. He was a clever diplomat. He cleverly saved himself and Delhi from the wrath of Mongol conqueror Genghis Khan. Now there is again a very short story for you. Actually, Genghis Khan, he was very cruel. He is very famous in the world for his cruelty. So Genghis Khan was chasing Shah of Khwarizm, another ruler, and Shah of Khwarizm was requesting the different rulers to protect him from Genghis Khan. He also sent a message for help to Iltutmish. Please help me. Now Iltutmish knew it very well that if he will give shelter to Shah of Khwarizm, Genghis Khan will surely come to Delhi to catch him, to catch Shah, and can create disturbance in Delhi. Or Genghis Khan can plunder Delhi, or Genghis Khan can snatch Delhi from him, means Iltutmish. On the other hand, he thought that if he refuses to help Shah of Khwarizm, later on Shah of Khwarizm can take revenge for not helping him. So very cleverly, he did not give shelter to Shah of Khwarizm on the pretext that Delhi's climate would not suit him. Means by making lame excuse, he simply stopped Shah to enter in Delhi. He also made many administrative reforms to strengthen his hold on Delhi Sultanate. First of all, he organized Chaliya. Now, what was this Chaliya? Chaliya 40. Chaliya was a group of 40 Turkish nobles. He divided the work among those 40 nobles for the smooth running of his administration. Then he divided his empire into many iktas. He introduced new coins, silver coins, tanka, and copper coins, jital. Silver coins were known as tanka and copper coins were known as jital. Iltutmish was a patron of art and literature. Minhaj-uz-Siraz was famous writer in his court. Rohani and Usami were also two another literary persons. Now here one thing is very important, that Iltutmish was a staunch Sunni Muslim. Actually, in Muslim religion there are two important sects of Muslim religion, Shia and Sunni. Iltutmish was a Sunni follower, strict follower of Sunni sect of Muslim. Means he was loyal and he was wholeheartedly committed to only Sunni sect of Muslims. But he treated badly with Hindus and peoples belonging to Shia sect, another sect of Muslims. Iltutmish had no faith in the capacity of his sons. So he nominated his daughter Razia Sultan as his successor. So dear students, I hope now you all are able to describe the administrative reforms made by Iltutmish. So main reforms were, he organized a group of 40 Turkish, 40 nobles, Chaliya. Then he divided his empire into many iktas. Then he introduced silver coins, tanka, and copper coins, jital. Let us revise whatever we have done today with the help of our textbook. Same as earlier, I will ask you a question and you will try to think upon the right answer. Yes. Muhammad Ghori was native of Ghor in Afghanistan. The state conquered by him were Punjab and Sindh. The Rajput ruler who challenged Ghori, he was Prithviraj Chauhan. The winner in First Battle of Tarain was Prithviraj Chauhan. And in second battle, who won this battle? Gauri. Jaichand helped Gauri against his son-in-law Prithviraj Chauhan. Jaichand was father-in-law of Prithviraj Chauhan, as I told you earlier. And he did not like that he should marry his daughter Sinjogta, so he just took revenge. Next, who was appointed deputy in India by Gauri? Qutbuddin Aibak. Right. The dynasty founded by Qutbuddin Aibak was, its name was Slave Dynasty or Mamluk Dynasty. This dynasty was famous as slave, as the most of the ruler of this dynasty were slaves or children of slaves. Aibak defeated Yaldos. He was ruler of Ghazni. He also freed a state from Yaldos, and this state was good, Punjab. The buildings built by Aibak were Qutub Minar. Yes, speak after me. Qutub Minar, Quwaitul Islam. It was a mosque in Delhi. Then next was Dhai Din Ka Jhopda. His literary gems were Hassan Azmi and Mubarak Shah. He died in 1210 CE. The son of Aibak was Aram Shah, but he was not accepted by nobles. So the nobles invited Iltutmish. Who was Iltutmish? He was son-in-law of Aibak. So Iltutmish defeated Aram Shah and became the Sultan. Okay. Next, which area was selected as capital by Iltutmish? This area was Delhi. He defeated or his main rivals were Yaldos of Ghazni and Kubecha of Sindh and Multan. Okay, next is he saved Delhi from the wrath of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was chasing Shah of Khwarizm. What excuse was given by Iltutmish to Shah of Khwarizm? That the climate of Delhi would not suit you. Good. Now, his administrative reforms. He organized Chaliya, means group of 40 Turkish nobles. He divided his empire into many iqtas. Now, the coins introduced by him, silver coins were Tanka and Jital was copper coin. Good. Famous literary persons were Minhaj ul Siraz and Ruhani and Usami. Iltutmish was supporter of which sect of Muslims? Shia or Sunni? It was Sunni Muslim. And he treated badly with the Shia sect, and Muslims belong to Shia sect and Hindus. Why did he nominate his daughter as his successor? Because he had no faith in the capacity of his sons. Dear students, I hope now you all are able to write the factors responsible for the foundation of slave dynasty. Now you are also able to make a list of important buildings built by Qutbuddin Aibak. And you can also describe the administrative reforms made by Iltutmish in your own words. You can watch this video lecture again to revise today's story. Tomorrow we will continue with the story of next slave rulers. Till then, bye-bye. Enjoy learning. Thank you.